Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Had a fun day today. Actually, a fun couple days. The staff was out recruiting, but when we got off the road, we kind of been pulling a little double duty, trying to finish up the recruiting, but then also getting to know the players on our team and spending time with them. So we've been able to have meetings with them. This morning we had what we call our first mat drill, which is where we go out on the field and work on quickness, change of direction, agility drills, some conditioning. So that was fun and enjoyable and good to be around the players that are here on the team. When we started this process off, it was kind of a twofold situation, and we needed to evaluate the players that were on our team currently. So I had the GAs make what we call 15-5 tapes, so they made plays where they had 15 good plays, 5 bad plays of guys that played last season. And they were very beneficial for us. And then we were evaluating the guys that already signed in December and then seeing what exactly our needs were. And then what we decided was we needed to get bigger on the defensive front, more physical on the defensive front. We wanted to sign a couple of linebackers that had experience, leadership qualities, and toughness. We really felt like that was a big thing, and I feel great about the 2 linebackers that we got. And then we were able to find a big offensive lineman, which really, wasn't something that we went out looking for because of the number of offensive linemen on the roster. But we really liked his physicality and what he could add to us as an offense. And then we found a speed receiver. Again, another place where when you looked at it, you said, well, we don't have a real need there as far as what they already signed. But you can't pass speed up like that. That's a 10-400 meter guy, 3rd in the state of Georgia in the 100 meters. So when we had the opportunity to bring him in on a visit and recruit him, we certainly went for that right now. But I thought that the coaches did a great job. When we got out on the road, we actually ended up signing guys from 7 different states of where they went to high school, and one from, I think it's a district. American Samoa, I think, is a district of the United States. So it was fun to get out and work at it. It was fun. I thought our players did a really nice job when we brought them on campus. Can't say enough about our professors and for what they did on their visit on campus. They took a Saturday and came and met with the players and recruited them really hard academically, and that made a difference with a number of them. So I'm really excited about it. With that, I'll just open up for questions.
What was this morning like? Anxiousness, excitement, kind of getting back into it, waiting for those faxes to come in?
Well, the first part of the morning was getting up at 5 and figuring out whether we were going to have rain, sleet, ice, or snow.
Yeah.
So we were,
You were on the field in this weather?
Oh yeah, definitely. But we had to figure it out first whether we were going to be able to go out, so we had to get up even earlier than when we actually were. And then we went out on the field at 6:20, I think, is when we took the field, and had a lot of fun. Players did a nice job. They were excited. Coaches were excited to be out there. So that was the first part of it. I like to do that on signing day instead of just getting up and worrying about the facts. So by the time we got off the field, I think we already had 3. And it's not really facts anymore. I say
Right.
that's how you know I'm old, because I say facts.
Right.
It used to be that way, and now they email them or take pictures of them and send it to your phone. And in the old days you couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had fun this morning with our own players, and then just watching them come in. And we still had a couple decisions to make early this morning on which direction we were going and how we were going to finish it off.
Your quarterback guy, no, you didn't hand select any quarterbacks yourself with this class, but you still have about 5 and a couple walk-ons coming in. How do you feel about that position right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really lot of unknown right there. We were able to have Persall on campus. I was really impressed with him. I didn't realize how big he was and how physical he was. I was really impressed with his leadership skills when he was here, and his ability to learn and understand the game of football. So that was nice because he didn't visit before he signed, so he was able to come here for an official visit last weekend, and we got to spend the whole weekend with him. So that was really a good deal. And then Van Dyne is you know, met him because he was here when I took the job. I also been talking to him on the phone a number of times. I watch him throw the ball. He reminds me of a young man that played for us at Arkansas. Kind of a gunslinger that, you know, brings it from the hip and throws it different directions. But he has a really strong arm, and he's got a tremendous amount of courage standing in the pocket, getting hit, and that's part of being a quarterback. The guys that are here on campus, you know, we'll just have to wait until spring ball starts to really know much about them. And then we left ourselves one or two that we'll see what we do when spring ball's over with.
How many scholarships do you have left right now?
Yeah, one or two, somewhere in there.
A lot of junior college guys in this group that you signed today. Just talk a little bit about bringing that experience and, like you said, I mean, the leadership to this team.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was the defensive front, getting size and physicalness, and they make linebackers much better. And then they're able to occupy blocks and rush the passer, and the inside guys being able to push the pocket so that the outside guys can get their speed and their counter moves going and make sure the quarterback doesn't have places to run or step up and throw the football. So that was really important to us. And then the two defensive linebackers, which I already talked about, you know, we brought them on campus, and, you know, Farron did an unbelievable job on campus showing that he's got great leadership qualities, great leadership skills, and I'm excited to get him here simply because he started for 2 years and he understands the position and he's very physical and tough and knows the game. You know, I think that's what stood out when he was here, is how much knowledge he has about the game of football and what offenses are trying to do.
You got the Parker kid, who's the junior college defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he was fun to recruit, and you know, he's a little bit shorter than what you go out and look for, and really what you do is you have these measurables by each position: ideal height, ideal weight, ideal speed, and to take somebody that doesn't fit into those, then they have to have an outstanding quality, and his outstanding quality is his toughness and how hard he plays, and the way the coaches there spoke of him. On how much he was into football. I also think he could come in and start for us at fullback. You know, when I watch
Fullback, what's that?
When I watch him play, you know, that's the first thing that jumped out at me. I guess because I've had success in the past taking two young men that were very similar, and then they came in and started for us at fullback. And I think he told me he rushed for 1,500 yards one season in high school. And when I asked him if he could catch the ball, he kind of laughed at me and said, "Yeah, Coach, I'm a great athlete." You know, so he was like, I can definitely catch the ball. So it was fun.
You come with the background of you know, Power 5 conferences. How different was it recruiting for the Valley Football Conference?
Yeah, really, nothing's different. You know, I grew up in NAI football with my father, and the first thing he used to always say to me is, you make it big time wherever you're at. You treat your players that way, you recruit that way, you sell your program, you treat everybody within the program that way, because that's how it is. So I think I'm fortunate to grow up and you know, be in that NAIA football, and you know, I've been at this level before as an assistant coach, and so I'm excited to be back at it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you said you were able to evaluate the current roster, what you're taking on. Just what were your impressions of everything you were able to see? Yeah,
I mean, we got some good young guys returning, so especially in the offensive line, and to have that kind of depth, I think, is something we can really build on. I'm impressed with the tight end group and Harris's ability to play not only tight end but receiver for us. Vic really jumped out of the video, obviously, and then watching him work this morning was exciting for me. We got a couple of corners that have good speed and good change of direction and skills there. You know, some defensive ends that did a good job of coming off the ball and holding the point. And, so overall, you know, there's some real talent to work with, but we certainly don't have enough of it. And that's, you know, the one thing that stands out is how thin we are, and the depth. And the way you get better is you have somebody pushing you, trying to take your job. So that's what we have to do with this group, is they need to come in, they need to have a great summer, they need to understand what we're asking them to do, and then compete for a starting job. So they either take somebody's or they make that person better because they're going after it.
Walk us through, if you could, with the 8 signees here from February, were there prior relationships maybe with some of the coaches that they kind of knew them, the coaches? Because it was such a small window.
It was a small window, that's for sure. So took Ronnie Fouch and sent him to California. Ronnie grew up out there and has great relationships and ties out there. So we visited a number of guys. Ronnie's also Hawaiian, so it helped with his relationship with the American Samoa guys. And that's how you say it, by the way, Samoa. Samoa, right, Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and actually, you know, a long time ago, my father flew out to Pago, American Samoa. There was a guy that was from Helena, Montana that was living out there, and flew him out there to recruit. And he brought back 4 or 5 guys that played at Carroll College. So had that experience before, and you know, their family is really important to them, and they adopted Ronnie as one of the family, and I know that certainly helped us get him here, so that relationship helped a lot. PJ Hall was a guy that Coach Bravo knew about, showed us the video right away. What stood out with him is what type of athlete he was, whether he was a receiver or safety, and you know, we feel like if you can play on both sides of the ball, that's great. What I liked about him at safety was that he's a ball hawk. He's a guy that can go get the ball and make interceptions, and he might not be that downhill, you know, tackling, hit you hard guy, but he tackled really well. He didn't just knock the heck out of people, but he tackled well, but he got a ton of interceptions. He's also a great baseball player, and I always look into other sports that they play because I think that's important for them. Jaden Jacobs was another guy that was on the list here. Coach Bravo was recruiting, and he has just unbelievable quicks and speed as a defensive end. He probably played as hard as anybody on this list as far as his effort goes. You'd look at it and say, yeah, he's a little bit undersized, but he's only 17 years old and he's got 15 size feet. He wears a 15 size shoe, so he's going to get bigger and stronger. And you know, one of the things that you have to do at the FCS level is project. So we project him to get bigger and stronger, and the good thing is if he doesn't, he can play linebacker because he has that experience also. Charles Johnson is a guy that you know, Coach Scott knew about. He had a relationship with one of his previous coaches, and we feel really good about getting him. It was kind of one of the, we were scrambling around and we were working as hard as we possibly could to get with the traits that we wanted, with the size and the physicality and ability to change direction, and he fit great into that. Sean Parker we already talked about, and then Tyrell Roberts, you know, Jeremy Darvaux, coached at Valdosta State, so he had a great relationship with the coaches there. Nelson Fishback knew the young man really well, so we were able to get in on him and do a good job with that. And then Otto was one of our unique recruits. He was supposed to come here for a visit last weekend, and he called up and had a family member that was ill in the hospital. He had to go to the hospital. But Jeremy loved him up so much that he wanted to commit and come here anyway. So when we first got the job, we sent a couple of coaches that went to all the Kansas City junior colleges, and we included Iowa Western in that group, and it certainly paid off for us.
What was the reaction from the junior college kind of to you taking over the program and Missouri State's reputation and what you can take with it? I mean, were they like, do you work hard to get those guys to commit to this, or?
No, the reaction from the coaches is great. I think they understand how we coach, how we develop players, and the opportunities that we've given guys in the past, and the success that we've had with junior college players. So that's helped, and then our coaches have a relationship with coaches that are there, so that always helps too.
How strange was it taking on 22 guys you didn't sign, and it's different for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's different, but that's what the new system is. You know, at first you're thinking, okay, maybe 6, 8 guys would sign in December, and then it became that's the signing date. I take my staff off, or my hat off to the previous staff. I thought they did a really good job, and I'm excited to coach these guys, and we get some guys that are fast, and some guys with really good skill. We've been able to talk to them and get to know them, and so we're excited for them to come in.
And you said that you were busy trying to get 8 guys. Imagine if it was 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you have a little bit more time. And 30 is a good number. I think that's one of the advantages now to our division is that you're able to sign 30 guys. We used to be that way, and you used to be able to oversign, and then they kept moving it down, and now in the other division you only sign 25. So I like the ability to be able to sign 30.
From talking to, I don't know how much you're able to talk about it with some of the walk-ons that you've been able to land from around the area. Just kind of what have you made from Southwest Missouri football?
Yeah, the issue on that is you're not able to talk about walk-ons. They're still recruited athletes, and they still have the opportunity to go wherever they want to go. So they fall into a category where we're not able to comment on them.
So for you, the next, what's personally your next moves here? You move your family back up here all together? What's your next couple steps before you get to spring ball, I guess?
Yeah, well, spring ball is going to be here in a hurry. There's no question about that. But the first thing I have to do is, because I had went to Kentucky for Christmas and then was staying up there and then had plans to go to the national convention, and then all this happened. So I've been rotating through about 3 pairs of pants and doing laundry every night. So I get to head out to Florida and get me some clothes, some of my old playbooks and scripts and things that I need to work with and do the job right with. So I'm going to do that, get back here Sunday night, and then get to work on this part of the season, or this part of the calendar, I guess you would say, is we get to spend a lot of time with the players on the roster and that are here. And get to know them really well, get into their academics, get into everything, so we can work to become better.
And what has the last couple of weeks been like for you, hearing a lot of positive feedback from the community?
I mean, it's been a lot of fun. It's a beautiful city, and a lot of people that are, I think that would really come out and support us. And that's our job. We got to get out a great product, get it on the field, and get some really good star players that everybody can relate to. And that's how I've always felt it and seen it, is that it's our job to put guys in the stands and put a really exciting product on the field, and one that can score points. And that's why I like some of the speed guys that we got. When you get guys that can hit home runs and take it to the end zone for touchdowns, then you don't have to call so many plays. So I like to do that. I like chunk plays and touchdown plays.
What defense do you plan on running here?
Yeah, we're going to base it out of a 4-3, but multiple, looks and ways to get in an odd front. But mostly we'll base it out of a 4-down, 3 linebacker look, or 4-down, 2 linebacker and a nickel, kind of matching personnel.